2025 is over.
And you are listening to
Quiet
In
the Back.
We're back.
We're back.
My name is Patrick William. I'm your host.
I am Austin Jenny, also a host.
We watched a banger to end the year.
So good, so tasty.
One of the best movies of the 21st century
So
far, according to
BBC.
the BBC in the year 2016.
Yeah.
It's No Country for Old Men.
Yes, you know it. You probably love it. And if you don't, turn this off and go watch it. It's hauntingly good.
It's incredible. It's directed by Ethan Coen. Director of photography, Roger Deakins, the legend, the GOAT. The story is by Cormac McCarthy. This is based on his book of the same name.
Fantastic writer.
I've only read The Road by him, but I really want to read Blood Meridian and this one and All the Pretty Horses. He's got quite a cool backlog of books.
Yeah.
He's a legend. We're going to talk a lot about his ideas.
Yeah,
when we talk about this movie.
I'm excited too. I really, out of all of the books I've heard about from him, Blood Meridian just sounds so insane. Some of my favorite YouTubers have made like lengthy documentaries about
It's considered an anti-Western.
An anti-Western.
Yes.
I don't really understand what that means.
Maybe we should read it and we'll do a book club review.
Book podcast.
Interestingly, also, you've seen The Road with Viggo Mortensen?
No.
You haven't?
No.
And you haven't read the book? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We got to change some things for next year.
Yeah, okay.
That is considered an anti-pastoral as well.
Interesting.
Pastoral is a genre that refers to like quaint, like Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Like pastoral westerns where everything is sort of like idyllic and quaint.
Sure.
And you just tell these like western stories. They're like fables.
Yeah.
The Road is considered like an anti-pastoral. Everything is shit.
Perfect. Okay.
Very cool. It's a post-apocalyptic movie.
I knew that it was that. Yeah. Interesting. It's been on my list for a long time. Every time I look up, what book should I read? It's like in the top 4.
It has a lot of overlap with No Country for Old Men thematically, philosophically.
Okay.
One of the through lines for Cormac McCarthy is his lack of belief in God. I think, if I recall correctly, he was raised religious, Christian.
Sure.
And he abandoned that as he like became smart.
Wow, tell it how you mean it.
And he's a very intelligent man. And one of like the huge sort of like eternal themes of his life and all of his work is existential philosophy. Specifically, how do you come to terms with when you abandon God and religion as your source of like your absolute authority for morality, where do you get a new morality from? Because he is deathly afraid of nihilism. He doesn't want to believe that the world is meaningless, that life is meaningless.
That's good.
But he has no God anymore. He has no religion. And so his work is always him grappling between nihilism and some other form of meaning that's not religious.
Yeah.
You see this in a lot of the characters in his work. And it comes up in this story a lot too.
We're going to have to definitely watch The Road.
Yeah.
I did not know it was Viggo Mortensen. Dude.
Yeah, The Road slaps.
That's crazy. Huh. Cool.
So let's get into this movie a little bit. Maybe we start with the cast and talk a little bit about it technically. Yeah. And then we'll dive into the themes.
For sure. So yeah, it was a 2007 movie starring some pretty heavy hitters. Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, Woody Harrelson, Tommy Lee Jones. And we're talking like some cream of the crop actors.
Big 4.
Yeah.
And then the wife is Kelly MacDonald. She's not a name I know, but she's a face I recognize.
Okay, cool.
So I figured we should mention her.
Definitely.
Kelly MacDonald plays Josh Brolin's wife.
Yeah. I like his name in this so much.
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, yeah.
Do you know how it's spelled?
With 2 L's, right?
It's not L-O-U space E-L-L-E-N. It's not Llewellyn.
Yeah.
It's L-L-E-W-E-L-Y-N. Like
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn. It's like a medieval name.
Llewellyn, come to me, fetch
Sir
me my
Llewellyn
wine.
of the Round Table.
Interesting.
Yeah. So banger cast. Tommy Lee Jones has the best narration voice.
So
He's up
good.
there with like Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
for top narrators.
It's just perfect.
Yeah.
It's the perfect amount of like gruff and wise
He's
old
such
man.
a great Western sheriff. Like, perfectly
I
cast.
know. And all his little interactions with his deputy are so gold. Dude.
Right.
Oh, it's fantastic.
He's got a lot of sage wisdom.
Yeah, it
coming out of
is.
those
He's
lips.
got a lot of like smarts and quips and like really wittiness to him. Yeah, for sure.
The technicals on this movie are really easy to overlook because the acting and the story is so gripping and compelling.
Yeah.
But it's beautifully directed.
Yeah, dude. I mean, two or three of my notes in there are about that. It's just the use of lighting in this movie.
Yes. And the,
Oh my God.
like Deakins' ability to just let shadows be shadows,
Yeah.
to let a dark scene be dark.
Yes,
And
man.
then when the character like turns a lamp on, then it illuminates and there's still a lot of shadow, but
Yeah.
it's like
You talking about the scene when he's running from the dudes in the truck?
that scene,
Yeah.
incredible use
Oh.
of darkness.
Yeah.
Also the scene in the hotel room where Llewellyn has just discovered the transponder and
yeah.
he like realizes that he's going to get discovered again because the guy obviously has been tracking him with his transponder and he gets nervous and he like pulls his gun out and sits on the bed and then he turns the lamp off and it gets all dark. And then you see Anton Shagirin, his footsteps like come up to the door crack and you see the shadow of his feet and then he walks away and he turns the hallway light off and the darkness is so unsettling.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The whole lighting in this movie is beautiful. The use of silhouettes is crazy. I loved when they're in that like desert area and you see his truck up on the hill, like, okay, nice, that's just so clear and perfect. And then you see the other truck pull up and it's stabbing his tires. You're
and
like,
you see
no.
He sees the body silhouettes come out from behind the truck and he's like, oh shit, and hides and like it's such like a primal sense of fear.
Totally, because it's just unknown, but
Yeah. And it's such a cool flipping of in the scene prior when he's in the same area in the daytime, he's hunting antelope.
Yeah.
And he's standing up on that bluff looking down at antelope.
Dude.
And he says under his breath while he's looking through the scope, he tells the antelope, he's like, hold still. Which is exactly what Anton Chagrin says to the guy whose car he's jacking in the scene before.
Yes, hold still.
He says, hold still, creating like a mirror image between these two characters. The way that Llewellyn thinks about like hunting an animal is the way that Anton thinks about other human beings.
Jesus, dude.
But now even Llewellyn is in the position of the antelope and now he's being hunted. It's just so many cool mirrorings of this idea of like humans as animals.
For sure.
The removal of like moral value from the human being.
Yeah. I mean, none at all. Anton does not once in this movie show any sympathy of any kind.
Right. And not just Anton, but like the writing itself. Like the author is by doing this, the author is removing this sense that like humans are intrinsically important.
Yeah.
Which is only something that comes with religion. This idea that we have like a soul that's eternal, that like God loves.
Yeah.
If you remove that, then you're just an animal again.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have value outside of like wanting to not feel suffering. Like,
interesting.
Right. So by framing him as an animal that's being hunted, it's like you're creating a context for moral investigation into like these people's value.
That's so crazy. That is fantastic writing.
It's so good.
That's crazy, man.
Everything in this story means something.
Yeah.
Everything that happens, which I love. It's all symbolic.
Yeah. I think this is going to be an easy one to rate later on. Don't want to spoil anything.
There's no music in this film.
Yeah, none at all, which is like, you don't really even realize it until the first couple times I watched this, never even crossed my mind. It was just locked in and absorbed into the movie. And then this time watching it with more like an analytic view, thinking about, damn, there would be music here in every other movie.
Yeah.
Most of these scenes, all these deaths that are happening would be like huge swells of dramatization.
All these suspenseful stalking scenes or
Yeah.
chasing scenes.
Yeah, it would be something would be happening. The studio's telling you have to be nervous here.
Yeah, the Coen Brothers, they purposely wanted to do this. They worked with their audio engineers to make sure that like all the ambient sound is adequate, because there's going to be no music. So there's lots of like wind. Yeah. There's lots of rustling, lots of heavy emphasis on like footsteps, doors creaking.
Yeah.
Not to mention the actual dialogue, but like all the sounds in the scene are like really prioritized. So it's very immersive.
For sure. And it honestly feels a lot more suspenseful
Yes.
than most movies I've ever seen.
It raises the suspense. It raises the stakes, and it like increases the sense of like realism.
Very much so. It certainly feels like people are dying.
Yeah.
Like
There's only
easy.
one source of music in the entire movie.
The
mariachi band.
Yeah, that he wakes up to.
Yeah.
Just singing at him.
There's just 4 mariachi Mexican guys singing at him while he's passed out.
Yeah.
But that's not soundtracking. That's called diegetic sound. It's taking place in universe, so that doesn't count. Right? If music is coming from someone's car radio or something, that's not the same thing as suspense building soundtracking type of music.
For sure. Yeah. I love that aspect of this movie. This movie is very acclaimed.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed. It's won 4 Oscars. We are looking at Best Picture, Best Directing, Best Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor.
Huge. That's all 4 of the big ones.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
It's just so well deserved.
It should have probably won Best Cinematography for Deacons 2 with the use of lighting and camera work, in my opinion.
I agree, and it makes me really wonder what else was going on that year.
Yeah.
Should have looked it up.
But they swept the big categories. I mean, directing, screenplay, acting.
Yeah. Supporting actor, though, not main person.
Who would be the main? I guess Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
It's interesting because he doesn't even necessarily have more screen time than Javier Bardem.
Yeah, not really. I guess it's just kind of like the role within the movie.
Yeah.
More so.
Yeah, he's the protagonist.
Yeah. Yeah. Goddamn, he's terrifying.
Javier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as like in general as a human, he's a big guy. He's a big,
He is, yeah.
intimidating man.
He's got like a looming presence too.
For sure. But in this movie, he is so fucking scary.
Because he has those dead eyes and the bad haircut.
Yeah.
It's the same vibe, which ironically also a Coen Brothers project, but from Fargo, season 1, Billy Bob Thornton plays a psychopathic killer with a bad haircut.
Okay.
And there's just something about people who have terrible haircuts, but like don't address it.
Yeah.
That is disturbingly off-putting. Like a normal person has a bad haircut.
They're like, oh, fuck.
They know it,
Yeah.
and it like lowers their self-confidence, and they
Definitely.
get insecure, and they go and fix it.
Yeah.
If you have a bad haircut and you
You
don't change that fact,
Yeah. What the hell is wrong with
and
you?
you're going around killing people, like holy shit.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most disturbing aspects of this character.
Yeah, man. He and the actor himself, Javier Bardem, hated the haircut.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to get laid, he said.
No, that's okay. He has Penelope Cruz now as his wife.
One thing that I think is interesting that sort of leads into maybe the theme of like No Country for Old Men, the past, present, future thing. I have a take that the 3 characters represent the past, present, and future.
Okay.
We could talk about that a little bit, but they never technically meet each other.
Whom?
Any of them. The only instance of contact between the 3 main characters is the gunfight in the hotel room and / streets.
Yeah.
But they don't like talk. They don't.
Yeah, I guess just over the phone.
Over the
that one
phone,
time.
they have a conversation where he's like, I'm making you my personal project. And he's like, I'm going to kill your wife. But they never actually like meet in a room, like sit down. They never have like a direct interaction.
Yeah.
That's not violence.
That's crazy.
And the sheriff never has a direct interaction with either Llewellyn or Anton.
Yeah, he's just existing there.
He's always behind, which is part of the theme of who his character, what it represents.
Yeah.
He's the old man who is losing relevance in a changing culture. And he can't keep up, and he's like, can't recognize the world that he's in anymore. It's not the same as the one that he grew up in.
Yeah, that's why he resigns from
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
He's retiring.
Interesting.
But yeah, they don't actually ever like interact or meet or talk outside of that phone call.
That's crazy. So because there's just so much interaction between them, you know?
It's technically like 3 parallel narratives in a sense. They're all part of the same narrative, but they have these 3 parallel journeys. They're not like one story per se, which I just think is a very interesting way to divide it up.
For sure.
What do you think about Anton as being representative of the future? And do you think that's fair? I'll tell you what I think after you answer.
Of the future?
Because I think the sheriff represents the past. That's quite clear.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement, specifically and especially in the sense of the future being inevitable. It will come. And
Like he's the oldest among them.
yeah.
He also is never...
Anton is?
No, the sheriff.
Oh,
the sheriff
yeah.
represents the past.
Yeah. But Anton representing the future, I for sure agree with. But yeah, I think
That it's inevitable.
Yeah, that it's inevitable and it's chaotic and it's you're going to die, you know, and it will come no matter what.
Yeah.
I would agree with that for sure.
He represents those things, I think. I think there's more to it also. Cormac McCarthy, being a big like existentialist philosopher, was really into Nietzsche. Nietzsche is the sort of inventor of the concept of the Übermensch, a sort of misinterpreted concept by the Nazis.
Yeah.
But just this idea that like human beings are, you know, like evolving away from animal status into more of a divine status where like we're getting more and more rational. Nietzsche was, he said like God is dead in one of his main writings.
Yeah.
He was talking about the loss of the moving away from religion by Western culture. He was not proud of saying God is dead. He was actually saying it as a warning. Like, what are we going to do without religion? Like, you guys, we have no more morality. But he was saying like this thing about the Übermensch is like the supremely rational being who's like a little bit more machine-like and less animal-like. They're stronger. They're the future. They're taking over the world.
Interesting.
I think that Anton represents a sort of like detached, cold, rationalistic point of view. Yeah. That Cormac McCarthy is afraid that the future is becoming more like.
Interesting. No, I mean, I totally agree with that. That absolutely makes sense to me.
He's seeing the old values of the West melt away.
For sure.
And like the sort of psychopathic values of a modern capitalist nation sort of like take root and like supplant the old-timey morals of the church. And I mean, it's like there's a lot of quotes in this movie that represent that between like the sheriff and his old, I don't know if that was like his brother-in-law at the end or something. The guy in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I don't really know either. Either that or like his.
It's some longtime acquaintance that like
for sure like
keeps in touch with his wife.
Like yeah.
But and then there's like another. I think maybe he's like an FBI guy, but they're talking about the crimes that take place in the hotel room towards the very end when Llewellyn gets killed by those Mexicans.
Yeah, when they're at like the diner or whatever.
Yeah. He's like, he says it's beyond everything I know. What does it mean? What is it leading to? How do you defend against it? And he's just not talking about anything in specific. He's just talking about human culture.
Yeah, the way it's progressing.
Yeah, like how do you defend against this? And you look around outside and like however many years later.
Yeah, everyone has green hair and bones in their nose.
You're like, holy shit, dude. He's kind of prophetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think Llewellyn is the present. He's like stuck in between these two extremes. just trying to like make it,
Yeah.
get by with a little money and, and like survive. But he can't escape the chaos.
No, especially when he keeps involving himself so much in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
Indeed. The collapse of old morality is a hard truth for the sheriff to like come to terms with.
For sure. I mean, yeah, and it's just so apparent. I mean, this movie makes it blatantly apparent, but just in everyday life as well. It's clearly everything is changing around us so rapidly. And I mean, even just from when we were young, things are so different.
Yeah. It's funny, even the fact that like him and his deputy come to that initial crime scene on horseback too. Mm-hmm. It's like everything that happens in this movie is like either a visual symbol or like a statement that's meaningful that like implies something about where these characters are sitting on the past to future continuum. They're either like chasing something they can't catch, or they're like the thing that's coming that no one can stop.
Yeah. Or they're just trying to survive.
Yeah. They're hustling around. At one point towards the end of the movie where Llewellyn is checking into that hotel in El Paso and that woman is by the pool and she's like, "Hey, Mr. Sporting Goods, you sport?" And she's trying to like flirt with him. He's like, "No, I got a wife." And she's like, "Is that what you're always looking for out the window?" And he's like, "Yeah, and I'm trying to see what's coming next." And she says back to him, "Well, no one can see that."
Yeah.
That's Cormac McCarthy saying to you point blank,
Yeah.
"You're never going to be able to keep up with the future, bro."
That's crazy.
It's kind of a pessimistic point of view.
It is, for sure. But I mean, it's also not wrong.
It seems realistic.
Yeah, it's a rational point of view, as you said earlier.
Oftentimes I think that like pessimism and realism
Or they mix.
go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Like,
they're hanging out at the bar together.
the older you get and like the more life you experience, the more that like what seems realistic starts to feel pessimistic and what seems optimistic starts to feel naive.
It really does.
And you don't want to be a buzzkill and tell people with hope that they're idiots. Because like, I mean, if I truly believed that, I probably wouldn't be having a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't like fully believe that, but
there's levels.
yeah. And there's a feeling that it's still somewhat true.
Yeah. But also, you're not going to, people who choose to be dream killers are some of my least favorite kinds of people.
For sure.
And
I think pessimism is not the same as like throwing up your hands, giving up, like quitting.
Yeah.
It's just, being realistic about the challenges ahead of us and all this type of stuff. It doesn't mean you're a nihilist to be a pessimist.
Yeah.
I definitely think McCarthy's a pessimist.
For sure. And, I mean, if he's like trying to stave away nihilism too, he's got to be at least a pessimist.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I think another thing that Anton Chigurh, all the characters say his name different, so it's like hard to remember which is the correct pronunciation.
I think Woody Harrelson's was the correct one. Anton Chigurh.
Yeah, Chigurh. But then the other guy just keeps calling him Sugar.
Yeah, he does. What does this sugar have to do with me?
Yeah. I think another thing that he represents is not the future. I do think he represents that, as we just said. But another thing is just entropy, like the state, the actuality of the way that the universe works. It's sort of a cold, indifferent, systematic, maybe deterministic.
Yeah, not random. Yeah.
Right. He does the whole thing with the coin toss, but the things that he says sort of like undercut the idea that the coin is relevant. He says things like, "This coin traveled 22 years to get to this spot, as did I."
Yeah.
He has this sort of like deterministic point of view, like the inevitability of the future.
For sure.
But then he still does the coin toss.
Yeah. But I mean, the end, the final decision is up to him no matter what, because it's either they call it and get it right. She says heads, and he decides He decides whether or not heads means she lives or dies.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
it's like, no matter what, it's still
He decides,
him.
and it's not clear to anyone but him whether he's being faithful to what he decided before the flip.
For sure.
Because he could tell himself, heads I kill you, tails you live, before he flips. And he could be being completely faithful to that principle.
For sure.
And I kind of think that he is, because he's described by Carson Wells
As a man of principle.
as a man of principle that goes beyond money, beyond humanity. He's described almost as like a force of nature.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he represents like entropy, or just sort of like the cold mechanistic forces of the universe.
For sure. I mean, and Carson Wells says, he's a psychopathic killer, sure, but he goes much farther than that.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of psychopathic killers out there, but this is something different.
He's like, it's interesting. He's such a rational psychopath. And I think this is important because it shows a weakness to him, or like it shows an ability for him to fall victim to the same types of random chance that are hitting everyone else. At the very last scene with him, he's driving that car and he goes through a green light.
Yeah.
Deacons shows you it's a green
very
light.
Clearly. Yeah.
So he shouldn't get hit.
Yeah.
And he gets hit. He gets T-boned by a car who's running a red. So for a rational mind, he would have been totally safe. If every human being was perfect
Yeah.
and followed the same set of rules that he's following,
Yeah.
he would have gone through that green light
No problem.
safely. But because people are not perfect, he gets hit too. He's falling victim despite the fact that he's like the Ubermensch and that he's perfectly rational.
Yeah.
And he says earlier too, he says to Carson Wells, if the rule that you follow got you here, then what use is the rule? And then he kills Carson Wells.
Yeah.
And then he's following the green light and gets T-boned by someone running a red, breaks his arm, walks away. I think the implication is that like he's not long for this world. He too
Will succumb to the.
is going to be superseded by like random bad luck.
Yeah.
The universe itself is just going to kill him
That's so.
by mistake.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah. The idea that he will also perish that makes sense to me. I mean, why else would they portray that? Really,
Right. Well, I think part of it is the inevitability
Yeah.
of death coming even to the person that represents the future. Right.
Yeah.
So McCarthy is giving this like cosmological scale of like inevitability. But also I think it's to create tension between the idea of random chance versus determinism,
Totally.
because he's taken out by random chance. It's just a mistake.
Yeah.
But we just talked about how the whole coin flip thing, it could be like purely performative. He makes the choice at the end of the day. And he keeps saying that it's like this deterministic path. We traveled here together. So there's like tension in McCarthy's ideas. And I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the answer.
No, that's a clever way to portray it then.
Yeah.
Visually, because and none of us do.
Yeah.
None of us at all. It'd be foolish to claim that we do.
He does another really clever thing when it comes to like meaning, because he's an existentialist. He believes that human beings have to create their own meaning.
Yeah.
When Anton is at that gas station with that first shopkeeper in the classic scene, like call it, you know, and he's like pressing the guy. He's being kind of a dick. He's like, you don't really know what you're talking about, do you? That's such a good scene. But after the guy calls the coin flip successfully, Anton doesn't kill him, and he gives him the coin. And the guy almost puts it in his pocket. And he's like, don't put that in your pocket. If you put it in your pocket, you're going to mix it in with all the other regular coins. That's your lucky coin. But it's just a coin. He says you're going to mix it in with all the regular coins, and then it's just going to be any other coin. which it is.
It is, yeah.
So like that dialogue has tension as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even Anton is like admitting that the coin is meaningless.
Yeah.
But he's saying you apply meaning to the coin because you understand what just happened.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So
almost just died.
for
Yeah.
you, this is your lucky coin. It saved your life today.
Hmm.
But it's still just a coin. So that's like the existentialist moral dilemma.
Yeah. It's just kind of overruling it.
Is the meaning that you apply to the coin the real meaning, or is the real meaning that there is no real meaning and nihilism supersedes the existentialism? That's McCarthy's permanent dilemma.
Wow. It's a hard dilemma. It's because it's an unanswerable dilemma, you know?
Right. It's so contextual.
Yeah.
It's like
absolutely.
for the shopkeeper, if he understands the full context of what just happened,
Mm-hmm.
that coin, the outcome of the flip did just save his life.
Yeah.
If we're going to believe that Anton is being consistent with his own principles,
Yeah. Which I think he is.
the coin saved his life, the randomness.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you got to hold on to that and understand that that's meaningful. Like, but yeah, I mean,
But is it?
zoom out.
Yeah.
It's not meaningful to anyone else. It's not meaningful 1,000 years from now.
No, it's not even meaningful 10 years from then. You'll probably forget.
Yeah. So it's just a permanent tension within existential thinking.
That's really super crazy. I never once thought about any of that.
Well, philosophy gets
Yeah.
you there.
It does, man. Sometimes I'm pretty locked in on it. Other times it's just right over my head. I'm just too locked in on the movie. Man, the idea of a very rational psychopath like that is horrible.
Yeah.
That's not that's
Right.
not fucking good.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that's another like point of critique for McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a layer of this is him saying that like, if you ever get to a point where humans are purely rational or even just like more rational than emotional,
Mm-hmm.
you get psychopathic culture.
I mean that
And I think that's
makes
bearing
sense.
out.
Yeah.
Tommy
Oh,
Lee
shit.
Jones's character says in his final monologue or one of the final conversations, he says, I think the second that children stop saying yes ma'am and thank you sir to their elders, we got a big problem. We're like that's the end of the book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and McCarthy's just being like, yeah, maybe it's just a sign of being polite, but it's like rooted in a moral system of like
Of course.
respect
Yeah.
and hierarchy and
Yeah.
trusting the old wisdom.
Yeah.
And when you abandon that for pure rationalism and you just like, we're just going to play the markets.
Yeah. We're gonna make all the money.
The world just becomes like mathematical and
Yeah.
based on exchanges and, you know,
Do you agree with that sentiment then?
I think I do.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
I certainly will instill a thank you, sir, and yes, please, ma'am, into my children. That's just, I don't know. It's just like the common decency manners are
Right.
for sure important. It's how you embrace a civil and polite society. It's how we can trust
Sure.
each other.
It is. Yeah. It's really important to like have civility, to be able to all participate in like similarly structured behaviors that
Yeah.
make sense to each other. Like when someone is doing something that's like so outside of your understanding of like how culture works and stuff, it's like very hard to relate to that person.
Yeah.
And they become like an alien, like alienation.
And then that's how you get. That
You start
only ends
othering
bad.
people and
Exactly.
you start killing people and,
Yeah.
and deporting them. And
We're
like,
so tribal. It's
yeah. So
baked
like
into us to not trust anything that's different.
culture has a real way of like uniting people and like creating like moral fiber in a really like non-superficial way. Like, I mean, as silly as it sounds, back in the 70s, 80s, everyone was watching the same TV shows.
Yeah.
And it created like a sense of unified culture where you would all talk about the same things. There was like
Watch the Carson show tonight, Bob.
4 news channels
Yeah.
and like one like stern objective anchor with a mustache and
Yeah.
like
Telling you the news.
the fact that we live in a streaming era where like hundreds of thousands of people have fractured content streams.
Yeah, tiny little niches of something they watch
Right.
singularly.
We live in these micro bubbles, and that gets multiplied across the whole globe. So like we have a sense of loss when it comes to like unifying cultural like connections.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
some things that are still there. Sports are still a thing,
Sports are pretty huge as far as that goes.
but
I think that's pretty. I mean, and maybe I don't know. I think that's scary.
yeah,
I think that's pretty scary.
yes,
You know that we can, but it's also just so hard because I also don't believe that we should be all force fed something similar. You know?
for sure not.
Yeah.
It's just recognizing the value of that,
Yeah.
and then recognizing what we've lost by the world changing around us. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this book.
Mm-hmm.
Like the world is gonna change,
Yeah.
and humans are not going to change as fast.
Not even close.
Right.
You know?
Especially like the older you get, the slower you adapt. And so like each new young generation like makes it harder for the older one to like keep up in the game.
Yeah.
And every new change of technology happens faster than human generations. So like we're all sort of behind the curve here.
For sure. Even, God, I can't imagine what it's going to be like for our kids to grow up.
Right.
That's so crazy.
It's like,
To start at
it's like,
this
Dad,
base level.
just your Neuralink's already in. Just think about Uncle John and you're going to be able to talk to him. He's like, what do you mean? Where's the send button? I need to send my text.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
no, just think about Uncle John and you'll talk to him. Like
Yeah.
people, it's going to be like crazy.
Ugh.
And that's going to be us. We're going to be the ones that
Yeah.
don't successfully integrate with the new technological wave.
For sure. I mean, especially because we both grew up like starting analog. You know,
Yeah.
that's going to be a huge disconnect for pretty much everyone who was born past like 2005, just zero analog in their life.
For sure.
That's so different.
Like growing up with dial-up modem internet,
fuck yeah.
VHSs, then DVDs felt
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah,
Didn't have a cell phone till 7th grade. Didn't have a smartphone till I was like 22.
for sure. My
Like-
first smartphone was like 16.
Like this is just gonna get worse for us, bud.
That's so crazy. We're the old men, Patrick. Crazy, man. That's good shit, though.
Yeah, they're phasing us out.
They are. So we're about to get 86th, and I get it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
this is a big philosophical story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've just talked about a ton of it. I don't really have anything else to add, but it's just one of those things that can start you on a rabbit hole into existentialism and nihilism, and exploring like the idea of losing religion, what that does to a culture. McCarthy was obsessed with it.
I feel like I have personally in my life tried to not seek out much information about nihilism because I fear that I will fall victim to it. I know, and I've just, in my experience, I feel like when I am approached with like a nihilistic idea and thought, I tend to rationalize it much easier than I do a lot of other sort of like, I guess just like between that and pessimism and optimism and such. And this movie certainly makes me gripe with it. Like it's really, there's zero hiding
Yeah,
in any
exactly.
sense. But yeah,
It brings all these ideas right to the surface, and like it's a forced confrontation.
for sure.
You have to ask yourself things like, does life mean anything?
Mm-hmm.
If it does, where is that meaning coming from?
Yeah.
Like, who is defining that meaning?
Yeah.
Because if there's no God, like,
It's just yourself.
right, because God was what every other like historical culture used to define like cosmic meaning. Via the soul, and via the soul's relationship to God, you can have this sense of like deep everlasting meaning that your life is valuable.
Yeah.
You just remove all of that and you're just stuck with like a mechanical universe populated by animals, which evolved based on luck and like just having the right conditions. We just kill each other, right? We hunt each other like antelopes. Yeah. And we chase money until we can't really compete anymore, and then we just retire and die. That's like what you see in this film.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also just like, that's pretty much accurate in every way. As a pretty non-religious person, you know, it's like, it's really kind of hard to find meaning in it other than the meaning you bestow.
Right,
you
but
know?
but I think that's like the value of exploring these ideas is that, I mean, for me, ideally, the takeaway is that the existentialist does provide their own meaning to these experiences, and that meaning isn't just like superfluous. And I mean, meaning definitionally can't be meaningless, but like,
sure,
you know what I mean? Like a nihilist would say that like the meaning you supply to your experiences is meaningless in the face of like a void of God or something like that. But the existentialist would say back, well, if there's no God to tell me that it doesn't matter either, then I'm free to make it matter all I want. And everything can be meaningful to me because I'm basically like my own God now. I get to control like what's meaningful to me.
Interesting.
Change the channel, you know? So whether that's having kids or just falling in love, it's art, the creation of art. It's just being by the beach and listening to the wind. Like all of this can be meaningful. And it's actually very liberating when you allow yourself to find meaning in anything. Religion is a very oppressive mental regime.
Yeah, most of the time.
For the weak of mind, I think it's a comforting mental regime where like, okay, I don't have to think about things anymore. I don't have to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, there's this whole book. For me.
All the answers have been supplied by the priests. I can take away the same meaning that they tell me to take away. I can think what they think. It's like easier to live that way.
Yeah.
If you're not really like a big thinker.
Yeah.
And some people aren't, and that's not really like a criticism of them.
No, it's just how their brain works.
Easier to do other stuff and to be like a happy little sheep, churchy sheep.
In a lot of ways, I wish that I was. You know? There's been multiple points in my life where I was like, man, I wish I just was stupid as fuck. You know?
Well, like thinking about this stuff takes time and energy, right? Yeah. And that's time and energy.
It can be depressive, you know, for sure.
It's time and energy that you're not spending going to work, developing your own business or like raising your kids. Like these like tortured artists and philosophers that like get cooped up in their manor, writing in their journals, talking about
antisocial behavior.
God is dead. And like, they're not spending time with their kids.
No.
When they're doing this.
Obsessively doing this.
Right. So like being able to strike a balance between like investigating, it's like the movie Pi, right? That's the takeaway from Pi for me is like, is it worth it investigating the cosmos? Nah. No, it's not.
It's not, and you should just have a good life.
Yeah, you should lobotomize yourself and go to the park and have an ice cream because that's going to be a lot more meaningful.
It's going to be way cooler. Hang out with your little math friend.
Yeah, obviously that's an extreme, but like the point is just not to get too hung up on it because you know this is something that leads some people to suicide.
For sure.
Some people become so nihilistic that they fully buy the hype.
Yeah,
and
detached
off
from
themselves.
reality. And,
or they just get so wrapped up into this sort of like pessimistic spiral. They replace something. They replace it with drugs and then they OD. That's kind of what happened to like Idea, the rapper.
Really?
You should listen to his music because he's got some crazy songs. Yeah, you know him?
Idea and Abilities.
Yeah. Idea is a classic tortured artist. Maybe considered a genius, and he was so deeply conceptual and like investigative, but he was also a heroin addict and OD'd.
That will do it.
I do not see those things as separate.
No, of course not.
You know, it can get dark if you let it.
For sure. Yeah, that's why you just retire and hang out with your wife.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and because you're overmatched.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, Anton's going to kill you.
Anton will kill you if you try to capture him.
Oh man, heck yeah.
Is there anything else we need to say about like the movie itself? Because we've really been talking a lot about like the philosophy.
I mean, I think the movie mostly speaks for itself. It's a fucking 10. It is a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10.
It's a flawless movie.
Yeah.
It is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Easily.
Impeccable acting.
Yeah.
Incredible writing.
Screenplay. All of the directing.
Right.
On the technical side.
Deakins and the Coen Brothers together are a match made in heaven.
It's crazy.
The lighting,
Yeah.
the sound, the no music.
Yeah. What a bold, extreme choice. This should have won best soundtrack, dude.
I know.
For
Talk
the
about a
meme, dude.
message, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
The Academy would have got points if they gave this no soundtrack.
Oh
for sure.
yeah, bro. That would have bumped it up to 11 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. I will watch this movie many more times in my life.
Yeah. And I will continue to learn about the universe by doing it.
Absolutely. And that's really all you can ask from a movie. It's like the desire to keep on fucking learning from it.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. That's all I need.
All right. Well, I feel good about it.
I feel good about it, man. What a way to end the year.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
This is the end of 2025.
It is.
We finally got our lighting right. It took us only 1 year. No, it only took us like a month because we only moved into this space like a couple months ago. But
yeah. No, it's chilling now. Looks good. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with what's coming next year.
Yep, we're gonna have to put the road in there, so something's getting bumped already. But
did we bump Paddington 2 yet?
Ooh, but it made us better men. Yeah. No, I'm stoked about 2026. We've got a fantastic list for next year.
Yeah. I mean, we really spent like 2.5 hours just diving into like, what do we want to watch? You know, this is no longer Ron. We're never watching Ron again. We're not going to watch anything like that ever again.
No.
Fuck your critics lists.
No
Doesn't
critics
matter.
lists.
No. We're going to watch movies that we either are like almost certain we're going to like, or if we don't know if we're going to like them, they're going to be provoking. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have
been like
conversations.
recommended by people that we personally know and trust, not some sort of list on the internet.
No, I don't trust them anymore. I don't
trust
anyone. I don't trust movie critics. I don't trust game critics anymore, dude. No. Oh, God. Don't even get me started on that.
You're all owned by the same media conglomerates anyways.
They literally are, dude. There's like 3 fucking game publishing magazines that do all the critic reviews. Terrible.
Fuck them.
Fuck them, dude. No way. God.
We are the only critics that matter.
It's always been the case.
So if you've listened to the end of this episode,
yes, and
you've listened to the end of the year,
yes, let's go.
Special thank you to the real ones.
Hell yeah.
Give us a like, subscribe, comment.
Share with your friends and family. Show them the whole year's worth of catalog. You can watch this every day for over almost 2 months now.
Yeah. This will be the 53rd episode because technically the first episode of Quiet in the Back was this week last year. It was the last week of December.
That's crazy.
So
those are episode 0 or like our actual episode 1?
That would have been Leon the Professional.
Wow.
Yeah.
So much milk.
Wow. There's a connection.
Yeah, I know. It's strange. We ended,
They drink a lot of milk in this.
We could start and end on milk every year. I don't know.
Yeah. Milk-based podcasting.
It's the newest thing.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to drink a pint of glass per episode on camera.
Yeah,
we might consider it.
I would consider it.
Yeah.
My bones have been feeling rather weak recently.
A little brittle.
I keep breaking all my bones. Oh, all right. Well, this has been
Quiet
in
the Back.
Shh.